Okay, hi, hello.
Hey, hello.
It is Thursday. It is a Thursday of Thursdays.
Which means it's podcast time. And
It
it's
is.
a very exciting podcast for me personally.
I don't think you guys know this, but it is currently October and spooky season, which is why most of our lights are off and things are a little scary right now. If you didn't know, if you thought it was February, you're wrong and you're an idiot and you
Crazy
should feel
thought.
bad about
Crazy
yourself.
thought. It's actually October, and you all should know that because there's a new Resident Evil coming out in about a week. Which
I've
means it
always
has to be spooky.
actually now that I think about it, didn't Resident Evil Village also come out like in February time?
Resident Evil Village came out in May, I believe.
It's still like why why have they been doing it at such weird times?
I think there's a lot of competition in spooky season, to be fair. Like last year or 2 years ago, we had the Silent Hill 2 remake, and maybe there's going to be a Silent Hill game. I mean, we know Silent Hill Townfall is coming sometime this year, so that may come out in spooky season. So I just think there's probably already a lot of content being made in spooky season.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it would mollywop everything, but that's just me.
Probably. But, I don't have a single other game to play in February, so they probably knew that would be a good chance of getting the most bang for their buck. I mean, who is going out and making games and releasing them in February? Absolutely no one.
What came out this month? Mugenics came out.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. I know Resident Evil is probably really concerned about the competition they'll get from Eugenics.
Mario Tennis Fever came out.
Oh, yes. Another one that's going to just absolutely clear the shelves.
We can't forget about the Game Awards #1 game announcement at the end of the night. High Guard, that I know you totally remembered, came out and was coming out and was really important to you.
Did you just make that game up off the top of your head?
No, remember how mad we were at the last game announcement at the Game Awards?
No.
Yeah, that's how
it wasn't Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, it was another like hero shooter, multiplayer hero shooter, and we're like, what the hell is this? And everyone's like, this is not a final game. That came out this month. And we're gonna talk about it a little bit today.
We are?
Oh, it's making fun of it more. It's just funny.
I don't know anything about it, so hey, I'll support you in making fun of this weird game. If only because it ruined the Game Awards by being the final announcement.
Exactly. I mean, hey, it didn't completely ruin the game of the year award went to the right place. That's all that matters. We're gonna talk about other stuff right now.
Sure.
It's because I know Emily, and I know we're like, yeah, this podcast is an hour long. This is our Resident Evil we're talking about. This is Emily's baby. And I know that she's not going to shut up about it. And I'm going to have very little to say because I played one Resident Evil with Emily holding my hand. And I still haven't forgiven her for forgetting about that jump scare. And then laughing at me about it because she didn't warn me.
Can you name what the jump scare was?
When, what's his name? The dad. What's the dad's name?
You can call him Daddy.
I'm not going to.
That's what Mia calls him.
What's his name? Daddy. Frank? I keep wanting to say it's Frank, but nope, I don't think it's Frank.
Not Frank. I like this thing, though. Can you name the dad from Resident Evil 7?
What is his...
I'm right like Wavelength. Very generic, like, white old man name.
I know it's not George. I know it's not Greg.
No.
It's not Jim.
You're closer, though, with Jim.
Not James. Not Jake.
Nope. You're still in the area.
So it starts with a J.
Yes.
It's not Jeff.
Nope. How are you missing this one name?
Jim, Jeff, Jacob, Jake, Jeffrey, Jimothy.
Making the sound. You're making the sound by saying these other names.
Jonathan. It's not Jonathan.
Still not Jonathan.
Jerry. It's not Jerry.
It's Jack, my dude. It's just Jack. It's just Jack. It's the other dude.
Why is that the one name I couldn't think of?
You've heard of Just Jared. This is Just Jack.
This is Just Jack. Yeah, it's the part where you killed Jack with the car, and then you grab something from the floor, and he grabs you right in that moment because he's still alive. That's the moment you forgot about. And you started laughing. You're like, I forgot about that part. Ha ha ha, you pissed your pants.
It was really funny.
So funny that you remembered. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a lot today. And, well, I'm going to chime in for Resident Evil 7 because that's all I got. That's all I know. And I have opinions on...
2 minutes we're talking about Resident Evil 7.
I'm sorry?
For the 2 minutes that we're going to talk about Resident Evil 7, yes, you can absolutely chime in.
I will talk about Resident Evil 7, and I will talk shit about Leon Kennedy, and everybody will hate me. Controversial opinion here.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
I'm not going to waste that for now. Let's quickly talk about backlog. I don't really have an update. I'm still playing Trails in the Sky First Chapter, and I wanted to be done before my trip next week, but that's not going to happen because life. That's the end of my backlog update. There really isn't anything for me to go on about. So,
my video game backlog, no progress. My book backlog, however, I am doing fantastic. I've read several books. I'm now at like 20 books for the year. So, doing pretty well. Doing well. I will be getting back to Baldur's Gate 3 as soon as there was a Dreamlight Valley update on last Wednesday. That was pretty dang good. And so I've been reconsumed by the beast. And so once I'm done with that, I'll go back to Baldur's Gate 3.
I think you're about on par with Cass with books done, because she was telling me at the end of January all the books she went through, and she's finished 15 books and 4 manga volumes at the end of January.
I have read no manga volumes as of late.
And now she's trying to push me to read Dungeon Crawler Carl, because I heard everyone loves it.
You know, I've heard really good things about Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It's a tongue twister.
It is. I didn't like saying it actually out loud. I think that's the first time I've ever said it out loud. I've just seen it a lot, and I didn't care for the experience.
Well, I heard the best way to do it is do it the audiobook. It's an audiobook listen for sure. So I don't know. I struggle reading. We'll figure it out. So continue.
I do know about that. Yeah. That's a classic Blake personality trait.
I can't read. Crazy.
Just can't read, guys.
I'm waiting for the day that, and Allison has made this joke a lot, but I am waiting for the day that someone actually takes me serious and like, oh, he actually can't read. Oh,
he's
no.
illiterate.
He's an idiot. We need to baby him. I'm like, no.
He can't read.
If you actually think I can't read, I think you need some self-reflection to do. But also know I can't read.
Blake Blake is like the pinnacle of that one New Girl reference where it's like, I'm convinced I don't know how to read. I just memorized a bunch of words.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Blake. He can make out the words, but can he put them all together in a way that makes sense and understand it? And like, no.
Not at all. If you want the real skinny and the real tea, I know the words and I know how they go together. Can I comprehend? Yeah, my reading comprehension is exactly it. Remembering and comprehending it is very low. My ACT scores were all above 30 except for my reading, which was an 18. I got a 36 in the math and an 18 in the reading. If you want to know which way my brain goes.
That you remember what you got in each individual category.
I only remember that only for those two, because of the drastic difference. That I drastically failed one and did almost perfect on one. So, this was almost 10 years ago. This was like 20 years ago. God, I'm old. Okay, let's get into the news.
Am I lagging on stream?
Let me check the stream. What's making you ask?
Because I was looking at the stream and it looked like I was lagging for a minute. It looked like when I moved, I was potentially lagging or getting super grainy.
Grainy, yes, but that's just an internet thing. That's not even a you problem.
It's not lagging though?
No, you're going through. You're occasionally stuttering, which might mean it's a you internet problem.
I'm looking at my internet and it does not have the full rings. We have lost a ring on my internet.
So yeah, it's okay. We can hear you clearly. I think that's all that matters.
Okay, if I cut out, just let me know.
Okay, will do.
Which is unfortunate because I have a lot of talking to do, and I will not shut up.
And I am gonna have to shut her up to let her know. So here we go. We're
I
gonna
have
quickly.
so many Resident Evil opinions.
This is now the Blake show because this is the part that I do the research for, and that the only part I can really talk about this time is the news. First and foremost, the High Guard developers. You know that game that Emily really cares about and remembers from the Game Awards and was really excited for that came out this month. The High Guard devs blame the flop on gamer slander. They're blaming us for their flop of their game.
I don't even remember the game. How can they blame me? What even was it? You told me it was the final announcement at the Game Awards, and I'm looking
it was another
at the image.
hero shooter.
I have no memory of this being announced.
It's another hero shooter. Like,
stupid.
It's another live service hero shooter game. It literally, actually, the best way to put it, it is another Concord situation. It is another Concord. Yeah.
Can you scroll back down to that quote? There was a quote a little further down under the second photo I wanted to read real quick. No, keep going down. Right there. Innovation is on life support because every time someone thinks about leaving the golden handcuffs AAA studios behind in favor of making a new multiplayer game the indie way, they'll say, remember how gamers didn't even give Wildlight a chance? This is our independent, self-published, dev-led studio deserve better than this. We deserve the bare minimum of not having our downfall be gleefully manifest. That is so funny. This is giving... I actually saw a post today from a writer who was like, you shouldn't give books bad reviews because that hurts our ability to sell the book. This is like on par with that. Just make a better book. Make a better game.
Hi, Allie, by the way. I remembered you were Allie and not Laura this time. Don't worry, I promise. This is also a rich comment coming after an indie game won Game of the Year. An innovative indie game won Game of the Year.
Expedition 33 not just won Game of the Year, it won pretty much every award. So what a crazy way to be like, indie games aren't being loved. Okay. Also, Hollow Knight was an indie game. Silksong was an indie game.
There were 3 indie games nominated for Game of the Year. Expedition 33, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong. What else was nominated for Game of the Year?
I think that's it in terms of indie games. It was Donkey Kong.
The Kojima game Death Stranding 2. That's it. And then
Death Stranding 2.
And then what was the last one?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's gonna drive me insane.
But also,
it was KCD2.
Too.
Yeah, Balatro. It was KCD2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Right.
Yeah. Can we talk about Ocarina of Time? Hey, Allie, I don't know how to put this. If you go back in time, all the way back to our third episode, back when we were still the I Call Yoshi podcast, there's a whole episode where we talk about a bunch of Zelda games.
We have to do a whole nother episode of Ocarina of Time for my sister. It's her favorite and only video game.
Allie, you don't want me talking about Ocarina. As a person who likes Ocarina, I shit talk it a lot. Shut up! I
like Ocarina of Time.
I like Ocarina of Time.
I like Ocarina of Time. I just don't think it's as good as everybody says.
No, I don't like how it's glazed to be the greatest Zelda game of all time.
It's up there. It's certainly no Skyward Sword, but it's up there.
It's no Wind Waker. Is that
yeah, well, you know what?
I got you on Mario.
We should be doing a Zelda and Mario episode this year because it is both of their 40th anniversaries. So we should be doing some kind of Mario Zelda thing. So maybe we'll do a best of Zelda and a best of Mario episode.
All in one. Let's continue.
Yeah, one or two separate, how we can work it, because it's their birthday. They're 40 years old. Mario's getting another movie this year. We should do episodes on them. So
okay, Gen Xers.
That's not this episode today, though, Caesar. Sorry. We're talking about Resident Evil 9, and I'm very excited about that.
All the spoop. The next piece of news, though, we're going to talk about the God of War remake again, because it's having 2 pieces of controversy. The first one I don't have a link for, but there are videos going around of people fighting online determining whether they want this remake to essentially stay faithful to the battle system of the original God of War trilogy, or if they want it to change to the new 2018 and Ragnarok style of God of War. And there's a lot of back and forth, and people are also saying, but if you don't change it, it's more like a remaster, etc. And
True.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that part is true at all. But at the same time,
like,
like,
why
why?
determine a remake versus a remaster?
If we take the context of the first three God of War games and their battle mechanics, they're really not that special. I as someone, I didn't love 2018, but I remember when that came out, people touted it as one of the best battle systems for an open world story game, like the way the combat worked. So, but then again, I don't know.
I actually can't gauge what people want from remakes anymore, because I remember when they were doing the Resident Evil remakes, everyone was like, don't remake 4. You'll never be able to improve upon the original Resident Evil 4.
And then
don't do it. Don't make any single changes. And then it came out, everyone was like, you know what? Maybe being able to move and point your gun at the same time is actually really good. Maybe we do like that. Maybe removing all of the QuickTime events was good. So I just don't know what people want. They don't want changes, but then they like the changes, but they don't want them. I don't know. I feel like for developers doing remakes, it's a no-win situation.
Allie, you are right. People turning 40 are... I forget that the oldest millennials are, what, like 45, 46? I say as a middle millennial, but...
I'm the last year...
Emily's a cusper.
My sister just turned 29.
Emily's a cusper.
Yeah, I'm the last year that you could possibly be a millennial. Gen Z starts in 1997, and I'm 1996, so I'm just at the very bottom of it.
Emily turns 30. Emily turns 30. Welcome to the club.
It's gonna be great.
It hurts.
It's gonna be great.
Now to the other piece. Now to the other controversy, and this one is more just funny, and I do understand gamers and how much they suck. People are concerned that the sex mini games are going to be taken away for some reason. That's their concern. That's their worry.
Well, life's hard, man. You know what? It is what it is.
But how am I supposed?
I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that.
How am I supposed to bang my fake video game girlfriend?
No, God. I'm not invested in this conversation. I'm not investing in this conversation. Move on.
Literally is so dumb. This is how much I hate people.
Allie, you don't want to know. It's like a cutscene thing.
It is.
It's like a cutscene. You have to do a quick time. It's so stupid. And
it literally is useless.
That's the crazy thing that people are worried about this. So,
I'm not
going to use any more energy.
Yeah, just move on. I just had to bring it up that gamers suck. The last bit of news.
Suck. Yeah.
The last bit of news is somewhat disappointing to me. You wouldn't think it would be. No, it's pretty disappointing to me. Elder Scrolls 6 is saying that they will return to classic Bethesda style. Promises more Skyrim, less Fallout 76, and Starfield. Here's the thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
No. I want you to go first because you might be asking the thing I'm about to answer. I was about to say.
Are you going to be disappointed in this when the game is never coming out? This
Oh, yeah.
This game just isn't real, and they're just making fun of you every time they come up with something else to talk about with it. They're just they're just dragging it out. They're just teasing you. They're just keeping you on the hook. How many years has it been?
Allie, yes, this is Fallout. The TV show is based off a video game series initially. Yes.
Fallout is based off a video game that is made by this man, Todd Howard. And Skyrim and Starfield are also made by this man, Todd Howard.
So Emily makes a good point.
Or Starfield.
So Emily's correct. This game's never coming out. Because the last Elder Scrolls that came out was 2011. It has been 15 years. In November will be 15 years.
My dude. This is to me, in my opinion, this is like Todd Howard. And they keep being like, hey, Todd, are you going to retire? Maybe it's time to move on and do something else. And he's like, I can't. I'm working on Elder Scrolls 6. I gotta keep going until that's done. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, fine. I guess you can stay for a little while longer. And so he keeps throwing out a little teaser just to make people think he's still working on it. But this isn't real. This game's not real.
Here's the problem, and I understand Skyrim's significance and everything. Starfield's biggest fault was not that it was not similar enough to Skyrim. Starfield's biggest fault was that it was too similar to original Fallout and Skyrim, and there was nothing new.
Also, you couldn't fly your spaceship in the
yeah, I mean,
game.
yes. Other than
pretty big problem.
Other than those things, aside from the dumb spaceship nonsense, the biggest issue is that there is lack of change and innovation. Nothing new has come. When Skyrim and Oblivion came out, they were close enough together, and they had enough differences where it made sense. When Fallout 4 came out, I'm like, this is still Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, Skyrim. That's fine. I'm okay with that back in 2015. Starfield came out in 2022, and I'm like, it's just the same game in space. Like, okay, I've done this like how many times now? I'm ready to move on. I need a new, like, you can't go back to classic if you haven't changed in the first place, and that's all I'll say. And it's frustrating. Todd Howard pisses me off.
Honestly, this could turn out to be anything. I just like have a hard time talking about this one. Like, have we seen anything other than this image for
it? Nope. We have not.
Okay, that's my point.
This could.
This is it. This is all we have. This is the only thing they've made. This is like me talking about the book I'm writing, and the only thing I have is a pretty cover for it. Like, what does it matter? It's not real.
What's even crazier about this image is that they showed this image, and honestly, if you told me, oh, I went to Ireland and took this photo, I would believe you. This could just be a photograph of a real place, to be honest.
It doesn't look that real to me.
Oh, maybe it's the graininess for me, but
than when I was playing Death Stranding 2. This looks less real to me than that.
Well, never mind. I guess I'll go fuck myself then.
You can still think it looks really real.
Whatever. No, okay, let's move on. That's fine. That's okay. We got a Resident Evil to talk about. I'm gonna shut my trap.
Yeah, I have things I have to say, dude. It's a Resident Evil time, man. I've been waiting for this game for so long. I even told my mom to buy it for me for Christmas, and she did. She pre-ordered it for me.
Oh.
Allie. Love those movies, she says. Allie, do you remember the time I got in a fight with our Thanksgiving guest over the Resident Evil movies? I want to know if it's a pretty big event in my life. My grandpa got involved. My dog got involved. All because some man looked at me. It was right after, do you remember that new Resident Evil movie that came out maybe like 4 years ago or something?
Oh, like the one that was actually based off the games?
The games? Yes. Yeah. So this guy my sister invited was talking, and he was like, it looks so stupid. They don't even have the original characters. Like, where's so-and-so from the Resident Evil movie? And I was like, actually, the characters in this new movie are the characters from the video game, which is like the source material that the movies were based off of. The movies actually just made up their own characters and didn't respect the source. And he was like, no, I'm talking about the real Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil, the first movie. And I was like, the video game came first, and this new movie is more loyal. And then we got in this huge fight, and he ended up yelling at me and telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, and I didn't understand Resident Evil.
I can tell you.
My grandpa, who was like
ahead.
94 at the time, had no idea what was going on or what we were talking about. He just didn't like this man yelling at me. So then my 94-year-old grandpa started yelling, and then my dog started barking. It was pretty great.
Here's the thing, and I can tell you why this man told you were wrong and yelled at you. He's wrong for this. That man did not respect you because that man does not respect women, and you don't know anything about video games because you're a woman in his eyes. Probably.
There were a lot of other things that man said as well that indicated he did not respect women, and he also had a lot of other crazy opinions that were shared at that Thanksgiving.
So I'm not far-fetched. I'm pretty right. All right, good to know.
You're not. It was just a lot. So anyway, I'm very protective of Resident Evil.
So protective that she made me play RE7, but go ahead.
Which is to say, the new Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 9, comes out next week. Devastatingly, I will be leaving for a work trip the day after it comes out and will not be able to play it for like a week. So
as long
I
as
will
you
be
can pick
playing
it
it
up.
for 2 weeks or so. What?
As long as you can pick it up.
Yeah, I already have it arranged to get picked up. So I will be streaming it, friends. I will be streaming Resident Evil 9 when I get back.
I'll believe
You
it
always
when I
take your
see
system
it.
with you. I'm gonna stream it. So it's just too hard to take. I don't have time. Is the thing. Like, I'm literally at the conference all day, and then I come back and I have to write an article before I can go to bed. So most nights I'm not going to bed till after midnight, and then I have to get up at like 6 for the conference. So there's simply no time to play it while I'm gone. So I will be playing and streaming it when I get back. Nobody spoiled this game for me, I swear. If
I'm
any
sorry.
of you message me on Discord or text me to tell me something that happens in Resident Evil 9 while I'm gone, I will ban you.
The first
From
thing
everything. From Blake's Discord, from my Discord, from our podcast, from our individual channels. I will be so angry. Okay.
Yeah, the first
Sorry,
thing I'm gonna do. The first thing I'm gonna do when I get back from my trip and I have cell service again is I'm gonna text Emily, "Hey Emily, Leon is in RE9," and leave it at that.
I already know Leon's an RE9. I didn't know. I was talking to one of my best friends who's also a huge Resident Evil fan the other day, and she was telling me that she heard that Grace is only the character you play as in the tutorial, and the rest of the game you play as Leon.
Oh, that will make Emily mad.
I really hope that's not true. I'm so scared and afraid that it is true.
I
would be so livid.
I don't
It
think
was
so
like a
because
fate
they made her an amiibo, so I don't think that can be true because they made her into an amiibo.
I guess we'll find out. But I'm getting ahead of myself talking about who we're playing at. It's in Resident Evil 9 because the bigger question is, what is Resident Evil? And why do we care about what's happening in Resident Evil 9 and why is it such a big deal? And what are we going to see in Resident Evil 9? Grace is main girl in movie. Sorry to tell you, Allie, that there's not a single character in that movie that exists in the video game franchise. They might have the same name, but this Grace is a completely different Grace. I'm so sorry.
I'll pull up the regular.
Allie, think of it like this. Think of it as somebody was like, I'm going to make movies based off of the Harry Potter books. And then they're like, these are my main characters. This is David, this is Jake, and this is Rebecca. And you're like, that's not Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And they're like, why would we put Harry, Ron, and Hermione in the movie? Don't you like David, Jake, and Rebecca? I made them. Pretty crazy. That's a pretty crazy thing to do. They just didn't care about the characters in the actual game. She does look like her. You're right. She does look like her. It just tragically is not her. She's a completely different girl. She does actually look like Rose from RE8? Yeah, RE8. Hi, Pookie! Nat, are you here?
What?
Nat. Alex. Okay, I think if that's the Pookie I think it is, it's my niece.
Oh.
And she maybe shouldn't podcast. I love you, Nat. I love you, Pookie.
I will not say anything. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
We're not going to say any bad words.
There are...
Okay.
Okay.
We're talking about Resident Evil. So obviously RE9 comes out next week, and it is... I mean, it's the 9th, obviously, but there's like 1,000 Resident Evil games. We don't even know where to begin with the Resident Evil journey. So I'm going to start with Resident Evil 7, because that seems like a normal thing to do. Because that's where they rebooted the series, and that's what Blake knows.
And also, it's based in where I'm from.
It is. So basically, the Resident Evil series was rebooted with RE7, introducing a bunch of new characters and things like that, and they introduced the concept of the mold. We played it as Ethan, and then that transitioned nicely into RE9 or RE8, where you continue to play as Ethan, but they reintroduced old characters such as Chris, who we all know and love. I don't, but most people do. So that's a me problem.
I have a very, very close friend who he is in love with Chris Redfield, and I don't know how to tell him.
I don't understand it. Chris is fine. Chris commits less crimes than Leon commits, but I don't understand the love for Chris.
I don't know if you know this about Leon Kennedy, but he's a cop. So
he is a cop. That is for sure a thing he is. So anyway, Resident Evil 8 introduced Chris again, which really told us that what the series wanted to do it used the reboot as an excuse to get you hooked and then bring all the old characters back in. And then they gave us, right after Resident Evil 8, they gave us the Resident Evil 4 remake. The main character of the Resident Evil 4 game and the Resident Evil 4 remake is, of course, Leon S. Kennedy, the main character from Resident Evil 2 as well. Just to kind of get us ready for, I think, this. Resident Evil 9, where Leon will once again be front and center, main stage. And we're going back to Raccoon City. For those of you who are familiar with the beginning of the series, the whole series starts off with the zombie outbreak in Raccoon City. Allie, my sister who's here, if you watched Resident Evil 2 or the end of Resident Evil 1 when they go out in the city and it's all taken over by the zombies, that is the location we're talking about. That one I think does appear in the movies actually and is maybe kind of relevant to the movies. I think there also is a character in the Resident Evil film who gets turned into Nemesis or Mr. X, like her boyfriend who gets taken at the end of the first movie, I think gets turned into Nemesis. I think they're like, send him to Project Nemesis. Anyway, Raccoon City was the center of the zombie outbreak, and at the end of Resident Evil 3, we nuked it. We nuked it to kill all of the zombies and all of the virus, and we all moved on, and now it's been 20 years. And we're starting with our main character, Grace, who is going back into Raccoon City. We don't really know why. There's been some murders or something. I don't really know how they're getting reports of murders in an irradiated city. So I guess that will be another question for the game to answer. And along the way, she might run into some old characters, and she's going to find, as they spoiled for us, Leon S. Kennedy.
Emily's favorite.
My least favorite character. I hate that man.
No, Emily loves Leon Kennedy. Emily would she would die for that man. She hates Carlos.
Don't even talk about Carlos like that. Don't even play like that. Don't even play. Don't you take Carlos's name out of your mouth.
Listen, I can't say much here because I have only played one game, so I'm going to keep giving quips and fun times and probably getting killed by Emily. So sorry, everybody.
For those of you who don't know why I hate Leon, I'm not going to delve into all of Leon's crimes. Suffice to say, there are plenty. He's a good guy in Resident Evil 2, for the most part. He starts off as a cop in Resident Evil 2, or he's not even a cop, he's supposed to be a cop, but the zombie outbreak happens. And he ends up trying to do a lot to save a lot of people and help the world and make it a better place. And then he meets Ada, a spy, and she's so pretty and interesting, and he falls prey to her. Turns out she's a bioterrorist. He doesn't think that's a problem. And then we catch up with him in 4. He's obnoxious. Everyone thinks he's really funny. He still really likes the bioterrorist lady. And then we see him in the movies a lot, where he continues to just think the government's doing a real fine job, and he turns his back on Claire, who was his kind of friend in Resident Evil 2, and he just continues to choose the government. And
how that boot tasted, Leon.
Yeah, he really's into those boots. He's not a Leon fan. His personal brand of like emo, I make sarcastic jokes because I'm dead inside, and also here's my bioterrorist girlfriend, doesn't really appeal to me. And quite frankly, my biggest fear, and I think it's going to be realized, my biggest fear going into this game is that it is just going to be Resident Evil 4 reskinned. That it's just going to be Resident Evil 4 in a new location with new enemies, but same Leon, same type of gameplay, same type of energy and vibe, and I'm just really worried that's what it's gonna be, Blake. I'm so scared.
Listen, I need you to have faith. I need you to... She doesn't trust.
I loved Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 was a first-person horror experience. You had to do a lot of resource management. There were a lot of jump scares. There was a lot of peering around corners. Environmental
there was a crazy
horror.
bug lady.
It very much felt like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type vibe of you are in a house and somebody is following you and trying to kill you. And then they went to Resident Evil 8. And they kept the first person, but they definitely shifted it more to a Resident Evil 4 type vibe where there's way more enemies. You have way more guns, way more ammo. They kind of just keep respawning. The layout, the game mechanics, the game environment is all very similar to Resident Evil 4. And then following that, they did the Resident Evil 4 remake, which is very Resident Evil 4. So
some would say it is Resident Evil 4.
So we've already had 2 Resident Evil 4 games pretty much back to back. Nat, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
You really need to maybe not be watching podcasts because we say bad words sometimes, and I don't want to get yelled at by your
But that's Ellie. That's what they said.
No, she outed herself by calling herself Pookie, by calling me Pookie right out of the gate. I know her. I know my niece when I see her. It's the all caps and the Pookie for me that's really convinced me I know my niece. She is doing it all times. Easily could pick her out in a lineup. If you send me like 5 text messages and you're like, which one is your niece? I can find her.
Within 5 seconds.
I can pick her out in a lineup. I'm just saying is if this game is also Resident Evil 4, that's 3 Resident Evil 4 games in a row, which is, in my opinion, way too many. I don't know, it just makes me feel like maybe Capcom, I don't know, with like the Resident Evil 7, I felt like they were really doing something new and different from the original series, and they were rebooting and branching out and trying new things. And then it felt like they kind of got scared of that, and they reverted to old ways by bringing all the old characters back, and by bringing the old gameplay styles back, and the old systems back. And I think this is going to this game is either going to prove that, or it's going to dispute it. It could be Resident Evil 8 was a one-off, and this could be completely different. Or if it falls into the same style as RE4, I feel like maybe that's just hinting that that's going to be the future style of all the games. And I think that's because, for those of you who aren't familiar, Resident Evil 4 was a very, very popular game, and then Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 tanked. And they actually stopped making Resident Evil games for a long time because they did so bad. And so I think they're afraid of trying something new and going down that road again. And that's a bummer, because when they reinvent and they do new things, you get things like Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was made because they tried something new and changed up the system. Resident Evil 7 was made because they tried something new and changed up the system.
I mean, Resident Evil 5 and 6, though.
They're a little rough, man. They're a little rough. I don't know other than they're a little rough.
They sure are some of the video games of all time.
They sure are video games that exist. If you want to play as like a white cop going to Africa and killing a bunch of like tribal people, you should check out Resident Evil 5, because boy, that's what you're gonna get. Yeah, it's a lot. So we'll see. I mean, I've talked about what my fears are, that it's gonna be another Resident Evil 4 and that it's gonna have a lot of Leon. But I'm gonna talk about what my hopes are and what my dreams are and what I'm waiting for.
And then we're just done with that. We're gonna do some tier lists.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about this real quick, and then we'll do some tier lists. What was I saying? My hopes and dreams?
Yes, what you hope for.
Oh, yeah. So at the end of Resident Evil 3, like I said, we nuke Raccoon City, and now we're going back. And we find out that, I mean, I guess my impression of it was just everything was obliterated. And it's not looking that way. There are still some structures that remain. The police station, for example. You can't fix her, G. Stop trying to fix Ada. You can't fix her. She's unfixable. And I'm afraid that if you say you can fix her, you're accepting that she's going to be an RE9. And I cannot accept that she's going to be an RE9. And I know she and Leon are package deal. I did. Gee, please don't. Listen. If you say it too many times, if you say it 3 times, you summon her.
Listen, I was going to keep my mouth shut, but the entire time when you were talking about Ada earlier, I immediately was going to like try to say, yeah, G can fix her. And I held back from saying it on purpose.
How about this? G, I think you can fix her. Just fix her away from my game, please. Like, bring her somewhere else. Keep her out of Resident Evil 9. I'm begging you. I hate that lady. Also, I'm like so intrigued if she is an RE9, what they'll do with her. I don't mean to shame Ada, but I think at this point she's got to be like 50, or pushing 50 years old. And I just don't know that she's going to be able to sell the like sexy spy lady within the short red dress this time around, you know?
Okay, hold on. Okay,
I'm not
to
sure
here is my my argument with that. Melissa Tomei. That's all I need to say.
I mean, that means nothing to me. Wait, I have to look
Uh,
up this lady.
Aunt May from the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, who is in her 50s.
Oh, yes.
Fair point. And Sofia
Saying she's gonna be
Vergara.
ugly. I'm not saying she's gonna be ugly. I'm not saying old people can't pull things. I just like I don't know that I don't think Capcom's gonna do it. So we'll see how that pans out for her. Um, but my hopes and dreams. Turns out Raccoon City's not as not as like completely destroyed as we thought, and there are actually things and people alive in Raccoon City. And I'm hoping this means we're going to get some old characters that perhaps we had written off. For example, the main villain in Resident Evil 3, Nikolai, is left for dead. We leave him. We abandon him to the fate of Raccoon City. And I'm wondering maybe if he's going to appear as some kind of zombie irradiated monster. Gunshop Kendo we leave behind. I'm just hoping if they're going to stick with this for bringing back old characters, they don't leave it to just like Leon and Ada. I hope maybe we get some other Easter eggs and fun things in there. I think either way it will feel very nostalgic. Just because you're going back to such an iconic location. And I hope the Umbrella or the Raccoon City thing is not like a quick location we go to where they're for 5 minutes. I hope it is the majority of the game because I think that would be really fun. I think that creepy lady looks really cool, and I'm excited to be chased and murdered by her.
I have a thought, and you're not gonna like this thought, and you're gonna shoot me down, but it's more for the benefit of you. So Raccoon City gets nuked in which game?
2/3.
Okay. Who's the protagonist in 3?
Jill.
Who's the other one?
Carlos.
So who may make an appearance? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Carlos will make an appearance just because he survived Raccoon City and we never saw or heard. Honestly, at this point, I would take Jill making an appearance. We have not seen Jill since I think Resident Evil 5.
Okay.
In fact, not to call Capcom sexist, but like, they haven't brought back any of the female characters. We have seen Chris in 2 of the new, in 7, 8, and 9. We have seen, I guess, 7 and 8 I'll just stick with.
I was about to say, we don't know about 9 yet.
Who's confirmed for 9 so far? We have seen Chris twice, and now Leon.
Bless you.
I really had to sneeze. So we have confirmed both of the male main characters from 1, 2, 3, and 4 are returning. But we have not seen Claire, we have not seen Jill, we have not even heard of them. So if neither one of them appear in RE9, and yet Leon is in RE9, and maybe Chris is in RE9, Capcom, that's not a good look. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Bring them back. On the other hand, I actually did hear that they're remaking Code Veronica, which is a Claire game. So maybe we will be getting Claire soon, but I do not think we'll be seeing Carlos.
But you've never played Code Veronica.
I have not, because I've seen my best friend play Code Veronica, and it's actually hard to even walk in that game.
Oh.
And you think I'm joking, but I'm not. I watched her walk in circles around the room because she can't figure out how to walk in the direction that she needs to walk in. It is, from what I understand, the story is very cool and it's a very interesting game. The mechanics and the movement is just horrific.
Well, never.
So I have not even tackled it. God, my internet has gotten so bad, and my camera is so pixelated and blurry.
You may need to restart your router after this.
Good night, Pookie. Get some sleep.
Now, don't be lying. Don't be lying, Nat. Don't be lying that you're disappearing.
Don't be lying. Go to bed. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much that's what we know going into RE9. There's going to be Leon. He's going to be one of the main characters in it, and we're going to be going back to Raccoon City and potentially seeing a lot of Easter eggs. Also, Leon seems to be infected. We're not really sure how or with what kind of form of the virus is, but with the newest trailer that they just released at the State of Play, we saw that he had something on his hands that looked like the virus of some kind.
He's molding.
You know, if Leon S. Kennedy dies in Re9, I will forgive them for bringing him back.
The flirty tone and the finger hair behind for that whole. If Leon dies,
If they kill Leon, it will have been worth bringing him back for. I'll accept it.
This is the funniest thing I think I've seen you do regarding, like, a Leon skin. Oh my god. That was very good.
When I think about Leon, the only time I feel flirtatious is when I think about him dying.
Listen, Capcom, if you decide to kill the cop, I will do anything for you.
Cool. And it's not even because he's a cop in 2. Let me say that he's a cop in 2.
Yeah.
And he's a good, okay, he's not agree. I was gonna say he's a pretty good cop in 2, but there's also a scene in Resident Evil 2 where he finds a man in a jail cell during the zombie apocalypse, and the man is like, "Hey, could you please let me out of this jail cell? I'd love to not die from the zombie apocalypse." And Leon is like, "Well, why were you in jail in the first place?" And the guy's like, "I was a journalist, and I was going to expose that the chief of police was corrupt, and he didn't want to be exposed, so he threw me in prison." And Leon's like, "Actually, I'm going to need to find the chief of police in the zombie apocalypse and confirm what you've said, because I don't think that could possibly be true." And then the guy dies. He dies. Because Leon just left him there to rot. Because he didn't trust him.
Oh, Leon.
So, he's a little too trusting of the system in 2, I will say. Because he does immediately trust Ada. Ada shows up and is like, "Actually, I'm FBI." And he's like, "That sounds legit. Great. I love the government. I love the FBI. I'll give you whatever you want." So, yeah, I guess he wasn't a very good cop either. Or he was too good of a cop. He followed the rules too carefully.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh.
Is The Mummy a video game? The Mummy is not... Well, there might have been a video game.
There was a Mummy video game.
Like, I was going to say there was maybe, like, a bad computer, like, PC game made based off the movie, but it
The Mummy video game came out for Windows, PlayStation 1, and the Game Boy Color.
I choked on air. Do you think
Please
that means
don't
I'm
die.
talking too much?
No. Oh! Okay, if this makes you feel better, the Mummy video game, starring Emily's heartthrob Brendan Fraser, it scored an 86% out of reviews, and a 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Allie, why are you telling me there's a Mummy video game coming in May? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Bestie, what do you mean? Mummy 4. Yes. It's a new Mummy movie coming out.
So
I'm very excited for that.
I love how Allie is like trying to derail you more than I am from the topic at hand.
I'm always ready to talk about The Mummy. Sorry, this says that actually The Mummy Returns is coming back to theaters. So I actually will have to go see The Mummy Returns in theaters again.
We'll go see it when you come visit me.
I don't know when that will be, bestie. It's coming out in March, and I don't think I'm visiting you in March.
Damn, another year that she's gonna snuff us, and we're gonna go up there and say hi to her, but then she's not gonna come here and say hi to me.
Okay, you really don't want to dig into this, because then I'm gonna have to talk about how your trips to see me. Okay, wait. I will come visit you when you come to see me, and you give me 3 days of your time, and I get to plan the itinerary, and I get to take you guys wherever I want, and feed you whatever I want, and make plans with other people, and you just come with me where I go.
To be fair,
we'll consider that an even trade. Because I visit you guys, and you say, "This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. This is where we see." And I say, "That's so fun. Let's go."
To be fair, not Allison,
You've
but
made my thing completely disappear. You can't even see me anymore because of how much you've made this disappear.
I did this? Anywho, to be fair,
this is your fault.
Last July, and this is not Allison because she was doing wedding stuff, but last July you got a lot of days of me time and you dragging me around.
I think I had one full day of taking you somewhere.
Wait, one full day of just me, and then 2 other days it was both of us.
But I got to see you. I'm saying it's different. Like, you're not coming to see me. I'm going to visit you. I visited you multiple times already. But if you want to play this game, you can't compare. The visits aren't the same. And I'm Resident Evil 9, Blake. Why are you derailing me again?
I'm blaming Allie.
We have to do, and my camera's cutting out, so we have to do it now.
Okay, so let's. Are you ready for tier list? Are you ready to talk about your worries?
Let's do this. I said everything I need to say about Re9. I hope Leon dies. Man, how fun would that be?
I hate that man. I'm still not gonna curse because I'm afraid Nat's still here.
She could be in secret. She really could be.
That sneaking, conniving little niece of yours. So we're gonna do two different tier lists.
She knows how to she knows how to go about things. She knows how to be stealthy.
We're gonna do two separate tier lists. This first one is games, and I'm only gonna have input on one. The next one is characters, and I know enough about characters. Well, I have some input on some of them. And so
I can't even tell what some of these games are.
I have, while you were doing your spiels, I was looking into some of them and to see if you know what they are, and I got names for some of them. Most of these are going to go into most of these we're not going to touch. Like, for example, you didn't play the original Resident Evil, you played the remake of the original Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, but to call it a remake is being very generous.
The remaster. The remaster.
Yeah.
Of it. Okay, so we'll start there. Resident Evil Remastered.
I'm gonna give it a C, and I know a lot of people are gonna be angry about that one, but until they update those mechanics, those preset camera angles, man.
I have to do this before I.
What are you doing? Oh, a D.
F tier. We got to make an F tier. There has to be an F tier, a bad tier.
Okay. All right. Next.
Resident Evil 2 original.
Okay, I haven't played any 2 original or 3 originals, so you can skip those. I have played 4 original.
Okay, so we will. You haven't played Code Veronica, but you watched someone play Code Veronica. Do you want to rate it?
I'm gonna put Code Veronica A tier because there's this scene where Steve, this random guy that Claire meets, has to shoot his dad, and he is double fisting guns and going, and it's really, really funny.
Did you play Resident Evil Survivor or Survivor 2?
No.
Resident Evil Gaiden?
No, I don't know what that is.
Resident Evil Dead Aim?
Are all these? Can you just do the real games?
Yeah. Resident Evil 0. I know that's a real one.
Not played 0. No, I own it. I have not played it yet.
Okay. Resident Evil 4 original.
Resident Evil 4 original. It goes D tier.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. It's maybe C tier if I'm being kind. You can't move and aim your gun at the same time.
I'm gonna put it in C tier.
It's a pretty game breaking thing for me. Also, oh, he died, Allie. You can't come in here and tell me things like this. That makes me so sad.
McSteamy?
He had ALS, didn't he? Eric Dane. He plays McSteamy in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, you know what's funny? I was gonna say, the attractive doctor, and then I forgot all the doctors in Grey's Anatomy are attractive.
They are, but he was one of the OGs. The OG was McDreamy and then McSteamy.
Oh my god. Okay, got it. Anywho, continuing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Resident Evil 4, you can't move and aim your gun at the same time, and for an action shooter game, that's pretty game-breaking. Also, I spent 5 hours doing a QuickTime event series in that game, and it made me want to smash my PlayStation into multiple pieces.
I have put it below Resident Evil in low C tier, for generosity. Because we do have to, I will say, you have to recognize, and because you say this to me for Ocarina, you have to recognize the things it did for the series and pushing it more mainstream.
No, because this is my personal tier ranking.
Okay,
this is not it's unbiased.
Okay,
this is not an unbiased where does it stand and what it did for the series or how good of a game is it. This is how I personally feel about these games.
Okay, then it's D tier. It's D tier. High D tier.
Thank
you. Umbrella Chronicles. No. Resident Evil 5. Guys, I got this one. Resident Evil 5, racist. F.
Yep. That's where it belongs. That's where it belongs. Unless you play that one specific iteration that the Games Grumps played where Sheva is Tomb Raider and Chris is Master Chief.
Did you put a mod on this? No.
No.
Da-da-da-da.
Otherwise, it's an A tier. If you have that specific example, otherwise it's an F tier.
I've never seen them play it, but I saw that clip, and that clip lives in my head rent free.
It's my favorite clip of a Resident. It's my favorite Resident Evil clip. It's like, did you put a mod on this? No.
No.
Master Chief.
Okay. I know you haven't played these two. This is like the
Yeah, just skip
Outbreak.
anyone you know I
Chrono.
haven't played. Just stick with the mainline games.
These are mainline, and people adore them. Resident Evil Revelations 1.
Actually, I have Revelations and Revelations 2, but I have not played them yet. They're on loan right now.
All right, we won't touch them then. Resident Evil 6.
I've played most of that game. It's a D.
It is a D. That's another
Ordering an
multiplayer
F.
one, isn't it?
Yeah. There's also a lot of characters in that one. There's a lot of Chris and a lot of Leon.
Okay, good to know. I know you definitely played Umbrella Corps. Doubt.
No, just go to Resident Evil 7 right there. I see it.
RE7. I'm gonna guess for you specifically. I'm gonna guess. I actually know you love 7. I think you're gonna put 7 in S tier.
I was debating between S and A, but put an S tier. I think it belongs there.
Yeah. As a person who doesn't like horror games, I can't lie. I had a good time with it, and I think to be fair, the only reason I had a good time of it is because Emily was laughing in my ear and laughing at my expense, but that made the experience more enjoyable somehow. So, like, I'll give it to her.
It helps.
Resident
S tier,
Evil.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Be controversial. I'm gonna put it in A tier.
Okay. Do people not like 2 remake?
No, I just think most people would have put an S tier. So I think me putting in A tier is very controversial.
Don't worry, I got this next one as well. Resident Evil 3 remake, S tier. Carlos. That's the end of that statement. Just Carlos.
Jill and Carlos are the 2 best main characters in the entire series. And the fact that Resident Evil 3 is the only game they get to be main characters in is ridiculous. Every other Resident Evil protagonist gets multiple games. Even Ethan, the new guy they brought in Resident Evil 7, gets 7 and 8. Chris gets... No, okay, sorry, I lied. Jill gets 1, too. You can play as Jill in 1. But she hasn't been brought back recently, so it makes me...
That's also Chris Redfield in 1, isn't it?
Yeah, you can play as Chris Redfield or Jill. You play as one or the other.
Oh, so it's a choose your own adventure game, not a...
It is. Whoever you don't pick gets, like, locked up, and you can save them at the end of the game. But Chris gets 1, 5, and 8.
Yeah. Speaking of 8, Resident Evil 8.
And B tier.
Yeah. I thought you were going to put it in A, maybe, but I also thought maybe B.
Quite as good as Resident Evil 2. Like, even though I'm not the biggest Leon fan, Resident Evil 2 is such a fantastic game, and I don't think Village lives up to that. This is going to sound like, again, like I don't like Resident Evil 4 when I do, but it kind of just felt like it wanted to be Resident Evil 4 reskinned.
Oh, wait, let's back that up real fast. It's going to sound like...
I know what you're saying. We haven't done the Resident Evil 4 remake yet.
It's gonna sound like I don't like this game when I do. Huh, sounds familiar. Ocarina. I'm done. Continuing.
That would be the equivalent of like Ocarina of Time getting a remake and you liking the remake but not liking the original.
Oh, I think I would love the remake.
I don't like the original Resident Evil 4, but I do like the remake. And I think Village, I think they were scared and they just tried to remake Resident Evil 4 with like a new skin, and it doesn't do much for me other than the really tall lady that everyone really likes.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Yes.
Speaking of the remake, Resident Evil 4 remake.
Resident Evil 4 remake is probably A tier for me. It would either be A or S.
Unfortunate main character, but good mechanics. They fixed it.
Character, but it's a really good game. It plays super well in the remake. I liked Ashley a lot more in the remake. They made the escort aspect of it, of having to make sure she lived, way less painful. They made her a lot more helpful. It was just really good in the end. That's the perfect example of a remake making what people thought was a perfect game even better. I didn't think it was a perfect game, but people thought it was.
Resident Evil Requiem has not come out, so we can't do it.
That's crazy that it's even on the list. But I'll put Resident Evil Requiem. I think it's going to be an A tier game or a B tier. I don't think it's going to make S tier unless they really throw me for some curveballs.
This is a new thing you can do. You can make an alignment chart. Like, we can...
That's crazy. That's too much. That requires too much thinking on my part.
If I had enough time, I would have done it for our next tier list, and I would have put things in an alignment chart.
All right, let's go to the next one. We don't have much time.
We are actually over time, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, we're going over time.
Great. Here we are with the characters tier list, starting with the one where I created a whole category specifically for him, Leon S. Kennedy.
He does belong in the It's a Cop, but I also want people to know he belongs in the F tier. Like, that's just where he belongs. I should say this. He's a dynamic character. In Resident Evil 2, I would put him as like an A or an ST character. Probably an A tier because he does lose points for being so gullible. Resident Evil 4 and beyond, and in all the movies, I don't like him. He's like a D.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He is a cop, though, and he likes boots. So, continuing on, Christopher Redfield.
He's like a B.
B tier? Okay. I thought he'd be lower. I thought he'd be D.
He might have been a C. Chris is fine. I don't have any big opinions on Chris. I like him for the most part. He just commits that like major crime in 8 of like lying to Ethan and making some really terrible choices that ultimately result in Ethan's death. And I blame him for that. I think that was his fault. And so he might have been higher, and he almost could be C because of it.
Okay.
But I'll give him
Ada Wong is also a cop.
No, she's not. She wishes she was a cop.
F?
F. She's not a cop in any way, shape, or form.
Sorry, G. Ada Wong's F tier.
If you fix her, G, though, she could be higher. You just have to fix her first.
You have to figure that out. I don't know who this lady is.
Is so insulting. That's Jill Valentine, and that's an S tier girly right there.
S or SS?
Oh, there's an SS? That's too much. Just pretend the SS doesn't exist. Just put her in S.
Okay, I will do this then. Delete the row. Perfect. She's an S tier. Okay. I don't know who this man is.
I think that's Barry. And we'll put Barry in A tier. Or that's Brad. I get Barry and Brad confused. Just put him in A tier. Okay. If it's Barry, he deserves A tier.
I don't know who this is either. Though she looks familiar.
I think that's Rebecca from Resident Evil 1 and 6. And she goes in B tier.
Okay.
If that's Rebecca. The thing about Resident Evil is that no character looks the same in between two games. They change their looks so constantly that sometimes I don't know who people are, but I'm going to do my best. Sometimes I might just guess.
Okay. I will take that. I know this is a villain. That's a villain.
That's Wesker, and he's an F.
Okay. He sucks.
Yeah, he's really bad.
This blonde lady.
I think that's Adult Cherry. I don't know much about Adult Cherry, but I do know Child Cherry. So put Cherry in A tier.
Cool.
I can't speak to her Resident Evil 6-ness, but I can speak to her Resident Evil 2-ness.
Redhead lady.
I think that's Claire. I think that's meant to be Claire. In which case, S tier.
Okay. The Nemesis. I know that's the Nemesis.
You know what? C tier.
C tier for Nemesis. Okay. This man looks like the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Give that man B tier because he's a dapper gentleman, but he is Mr. X and he is a villain.
Okay. Hey,
I like him better than Nemesis though, because he gets a coat and a hat and he doesn't run at you. He walks briskly.
Okay. Hey, listen, I have a villain who I would put in S tier if I did a tier list of villains, so don't worry. It is a Mr. I've already forgotten his name, from Borderlands 2. Jack. Handsome Jack from Borderlands. What's with me for getting Jacks today?
No. Do you hate Jack? Do you hate all men named Jack?
Listen to our
You
friends,
anti-Jack? Is this
to our
anti-Jack
other,
propaganda?
to our other Michigan friends. No, Jack, you're my boy. I got you. You know this, Jack, and but more specifically, his wife.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
not
Okay.
going to dox them completely.
All right, boys, let's
This
go.
lady with bangs.
I think that's Sheva. And give her B because I think she's fine. I didn't have many opinions on Sheva.
This man looks like a military guy.
I think that is God, what's his tofu? And he goes in B. I wish I could have saved him.
This man is a military guy.
He goes in D tier. D tier. He's fine.
What's his name?
Fine. He's actually a villain. That is Krauser. That took me a minute. That's Krauser.
This looks like a guy from the Infamous games.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
No clue.
Great. Who is this lady?
That's a man.
Oh, who is this?
Is that Lewis? Is that Lewis? I can't tell. It's actually such a small photo. I think it's Lewis from RE4.
Let me see. Lewis RE4. Yes, that is Lewis from RE4.
Okay, it's such a small picture. I can't. Okay, yes. Lewis gets A tier.
Cool. We like Lewis. This looks like Jack, but I don't.
Oh, that is Jack. You're correct. That's Jack.
Oh, that is Jack. Okay.
There's a really fun scene in the original Resident Evil 4, one of the props I will get it, where you're supposed to meet Lewis and he's supposed to give you this really important item, and he shows up and he's like, "Oh no, I forgot it," and then he leaves and you have to stand there and wait for him to come back.
Oh,
It's really
lovely.
It was good.
Jack.
Jack B. He's a good villain, and also it's not his fault, and I feel
True.
really bad for him. And he has that moment where he's like, "This isn't me. I would never do this."
He tries to help you whenever he's coming back.
I think that's Hannigan, and I'm going to give Hannigan also a B.
A lot of B tiers. Frady Cat lady.
There's people I like, but they don't do much. I don't know who this lady is.
This might help.
Might be Rebecca. Maybe I don't know. Just skip her. I don't know who. I actually don't know who the next. I don't know till you get to the laughing child.
Yeah, to the pirate boy.
That's not a pirate. That is a Spanish king, or he tries to be a Spanish king. He's an F.
Okay.
I hate that.
And this looks like he's related to him.
Same game. D tier.
Okay. Spider lady.
Marguerite. That's an F tier because I don't like anything about her.
She sucks. Don't worry, I got you on this one. Carlos S tier.
My baby.
Oh man, you are lagging. You're lagging bad now with your camera. Your internet is going.
I don't know what's happening.
I've seen this lady before.
One. That's Ashley. She's A tier.
We love an Ashley.
That's the girl. That's the girl Leanne has to save in Resident Evil 4, who follows you around.
This man with a good beard.
D.
We don't like him. This man with two heads.
I actually don't know who that man is, and I don't know who the next lady is, and I don't know who the next man is.
You know who this is.
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name though?
I can't either. But what do you think?
The son in Resident Evil 7.
Son in Resident Evil 7. What's his name? Not Jack. Lucas. Lucas,
that's it. Lucas is an F tier. He is the worst.
If I had to rank him, I would rank him D because he's better than Marguerite because his traps are at least somewhat interesting. But that's just me. This is your list, though. I won't interfere.
He actually has a diary entry from when he was a kid, before he was infected, and he talks about how he left one of his classmates in the attic to starve to death because he didn't like him.
Well, I know this lady.
Zoe,
the one who should have got the antidote.
Zoe is B.
Zoe should have gotten the antidote, not Mia.
Yeah.
The lady lady from the movies, the original movie.
I'm not ranking her. Get out of here. You're not real.
But that's the real Resident Evil.
Real. Leave me alone.
Mia.
Mia is C tier.
Okay, I would put her lower personally, but I understand. Remember, she is a bioter.
D, but like she's fine in Resident Evil 8. Mostly because she's not there for a bit.
Who's this man?
That's Ethan. You don't recognize him because we don't see him because we play from his perspective.
That is
but
not.
That's my boy Ethan.
Why does he look like a dweeb?
I love Ethan. Don't be mean to Ethan.
I know, that's the thing. I love Ethan. He looks like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Okay?
He does his best. And he's an S tier boy. I love Ethan. I love Ethan so much. He does not deserve the crap that he got. He was just a dude. He was just a dude, man. Oh, that's Barry, and that is A tier.
What about the other man? Do we keep him in A?
Put him down to B tier. Actually,
okay.
Think that's Brad. That's okay. Put the first dude down to B. I think that's Barry, and I think the guy in the yellow suit is Brad, but Brad is the one I'm thinking deserves A. I get them mixed up.
Okay.
So they're good.
Creepy child / grandma.
I hate that stupid kid. Put her in F.
Okay.
That little old gremlin. He's not a real kid. He's made of mold.
Who the hell is this?
I don't know who that is.
What about this other
cop? I don't
cop?
like looking at him though. I don't know that guy either. Oh, I do know that. That's the guy. That's Mikhail. And he goes in A tier.
Okay.
So does the guy next to him. Also goes in A tier. Those are some Resident Evil 3 kiddos.
Okay.
You know what? I was gonna say put the other guy in S tier, but if I can't remember his name, I don't think he belongs in S tier.
No, you can't. This man.
I have no idea who that is. I don't know why it looks like a yassified version of Leon.
It does. I was gonna say that.
I don't know why. I don't know who that is.
What about this dude from the Jersey Shore?
I think the next person I know is the person on the very end.
Oh. Who's this?
That's Nikolai, and he's the villain of RE3, and he's gonna get a D.
Okay, we don't like Nikolai. What about this dude?
I don't know. I can't even see who that is. I don't know who that is, but I know the next guy.
Yeah, this guy, mustache man.
That is the corrupt chief of police, and he's an F.
Is a cop.
He also, he is a cop. You're right. He's a corrupt cop at that.
Sorry, is a cop. I have to.
He's a cop. He has to go in the is a cop.
This man with the eye.
Oh. Can you guess who that is? You should know.
Is that Jack?
No, you didn't actually play the game he's in, but we reference him in another game we play quite often.
Oh, Wesker.
Birkin.
Birkin.
But we accidentally call him Wesker constantly. It's Birkin, and he's an F tier. He created the virus, and then he was so upset when they tried to take it from him. He turned himself into this, and he caused the outbreak.
And now he throws bombs at you in Repo.
Yeah. Next lady is his wife. She's also an F tier.
This man.
Oh, that's Gun Shop Kendo. He's A tier.
Okay, we love Kendo.
His daughter gets bitten, and his wife gets bitten, and it's really sad, but he helps you still escape. I don't know who that, 10-year-old looking boy is.
That is Jacob from Twilight, I'm pretty sure.
It looks like Jacob from Twilight, don't it?
And this next one is...
He looks like he's from Resident Evil 5.
This one's Resident Evil Barbie.
I don't know any of these people. Except for it's...
This man?
I don't know any of the rest of the people.
Oh. But you can't lie. This is...
It's so small.
This is Resident Evil Barbie. Let me scroll in more.
It does look like Resident. I think those are the Ashcroft twins, if I remember it correctly. But I actually haven't played the game that they're in. But I'm pretty sure that's the Ashcroft twins.
Well, you're about to play the game that one of them is in.
No, they're not in them.
You're playing as... Huh?
There's Ashcroft and Ashford. Those might be the Ashford twins, and then the Ashcroft is someone else. I don't know. They're twins. They're both dead.
Yeah, it's Ashford twins. Yes.
Okay.
And they're from Code Veronica. Okay. I'm about to say, you're about to play as an Ashcroft. What do you mean, no?
No. I think her mom was the journalist. And that's it. Those are all the people I know.
Yay! You did it!
I stand by my S tier rankings. Chris nor Leon belong in the S tier. If Cassie was here, she'd yell at me and she would tell me that Chris belongs in S tier. But sorry to be hateful, Cassie. I can't forgive him for Ethan's death. Ethan is an S tier for me, and I can't forgive him.
Listen, I'm going to say this. If you are in love with Leon S. Kennedy, you are going against the principle of ACAB. I'm sorry. That includes Leon. ACAB includes Leon.
It's rough. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We will not be here the next 2 weeks. Blake is leaving on his 5-year anniversary cruise
I thought
tomorrow.
It was 1 week.
No, because you're leaving and you're gone.
I leave Saturday and I get back on Friday.
And I leave this Saturday, the following Saturday, and get back the following Thursday night.
Don't count out 2 weeks from now because I can get a co-host. I'll get that put together.
Well, we definitely won't be here next week without Blake. Blake might be here in 2 weeks. I will not be, but the following week, I will be playing and streaming Resident Evil 9, hopefully, and then we will be talking about Resident Evil 9. It will finally be revealed. We'll finally know everything, and I hope it's worth it, guys. I hope we get some good stuff. So, fingers crossed. Thanks for
just
now.
Gonna sit here and count down the days until I get Pragmata in April, which is my Capcom game to get this year.
It will be here before you know it. But until then, we have Leon S. Kennedy to keep us company.
I'm actually playing 2 Capcom games this year, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice because I'm currently playing.
What's the other one?
Monster Hunter Rise with Ferg and Cass and all them.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, before we go, we were talking about this, how Capcom is one of the very, very few AAA companies that are not trying to penny pinch you as much as everybody else is. They still are sometimes, but for the most part, they're not.
I don't think they are too bad. There's not really any microtransactions.
There is in Monster Hunter, but they're all cosmetic. So.
All the cosmetics in Resident Evil, at least with the last 2 games, you earn by doing achievements in the game. So you're doing good.
On that note,
like I said, we won't be here next week, but we'll be back for more Resident Evil 5, or whatever Blake does in 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll be back for more Resident Evil. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah, eventually we will talk about Hub Worlds. It will not be the next time, because I know Emily wants to talk about Hub Worlds with me. So we will not talk about Hub Worlds. I'll figure something out. I can't do the Repo podcast without Emily here either, because I was going to aim to do that, and then I got yelled at for that once.
I can't believe you would think to do that without me.
That will be a 3-person podcast. That will be a 3-for-1 special. You'll get 3 of us, and that's crazy. Well, everybody, like we already said, none next week. I might be back the week after that. You can catch me on my Twitch channel, except for next week I won't be here. And remember, kids, to brush your teeth and brush your hair.
You can catch me on my Twitch channel too, because I'll be here in 2 weeks playing Resident Evil 9.
When was the last time you streamed?
Twitch.tv/EmilyJean33.
When's the last time you streamed?
I tried like 2 months ago and it didn't work.
Well, on that note, okay, bye everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great time. I will see you.